Yes, that was my mum. She called twice in a row just to confirm that she was in the bank. But yeah, I did need to give her the details. But yeah, you would think, okay, why did she not just put the account into my uncle's account? Because surely that would make sense. You know, my uncle has spent money on this holiday and she agreed to pay him £200, so it would make sense for her to just transfer the money into his account. But my uncle is manic, has mental illness, and he would probably not want to give his cards over the phone because he'd be worried or panicked that that people are overhearing and are going to do something, and he would also not trust that the money has actually gone in, so he would want to go to the bank to make sure that the money has gone in. I don't know. When it comes to my uncle, I just want to keep it as basic as possible. He wants me to give him £200 in cash, even though technically it would be much easier for my mum just to put the money into his account rather than into my account. But yeah, if that's not what he wants to do, I'm just happy to go with whatever he wants, because I don't understand his logic in any kind of way. But I feel like he doesn't think properly. He was not like this. He was definitely not like this 30, 40 years ago. I mean, I barely even knew that he was mentally ill at the beginning. I don't know. He wasn't really around. He was never really around in my childhood, and because we were in London and he was a long way, and it's a long way to travel, and there's not really much space in the cramped flats. So he didn't come over that often. But yeah, I think it's a mixture of joblessness, lack of thinking, lack of needing to do stuff. I would love to do tests on him, like send him to a school, send him back to school, get him to learn all the education, see if you can try and just regain his memory or stuff. I understand that my mum might actually be suffering from early dementia. I mean, she literally cannot remember that you can send things from one bank account that's like a nationwide into a Santander. If she literally does not know that, then it's either dementia. But the thing is, though, I know her well, and this is the sort of thing that I've had to put up with all my life. She could never work out how to use the clicker, the remote control, when turning over the TV. Anna, tell me how to do this. When it comes to my oven, you turn the handle, you press the button, and then you flick. That's all you do. And I've shown her how to turn my oven on so many times, and she has not done this. This is something I've had that oven for 7 years. I've shown her many times how to turn it on, and she still doesn't remember how to do it. And there's a long list of basic things that she doesn't know, and therefore you could say that, oh, it's 70, she's got dementia, but no, this is not unusual for her to not remember basic things. This is actually a fairly common thing for her, and yeah, she doesn't claim benefits. She doesn't need benefits. She's just a stupid person who only just remembers what she needs to. She doesn't often make transfers into other people's accounts, so she has managed to forget that you can do that. And it's not understandable, no, but it's understandable if you are an idiot. And yeah, I think a lot of people that are smart will just think, oh, well, you just teach people things. Yeah, well, if they're stupid, they won't be able to take in what it is. It's like, say, if you learn something and then you watch the same seminar again and again and again. A smart person, you might find a smart person can watch a seminar. They already have a slight understanding of it. They already have a good ability to remember, or a good ability to understand, or a good interest level in what's being discussed. Hence, you can remember lots of things. But if someone has never, if it's a subject, I don't know, if there was something that I don't know anything about and I was to watch a seminar and I have no interest in it whatsoever, I would probably come out and just do so badly. But if I was to have the test again and again and again, eventually more and more stuff would start sinking in. And my phone is going off again. She called me twice last